He's in opposition, and I'm trying to push weight, but he's really strong, and like I'm kind of getting this stuff like that, you know. I'm like, man, and it might not be that he's physically strong, but his frame system and the position on my hips dictates that I can't move. And it's not that he's better than me; he's just better at jiu-jitsu than me right now. Okay, so first things first, it says my hand position is king. If I don't do the hand position, it's not going to work. I bring my right hand to my left hand and I lock the shoulder. I let go of the hip. I bring my right hand to my left hand, I lock the shoulder. I'm going to pull my right elbow down. I'm going to drive my left elbow underneath his chin. I'm going to go slow. I drive my right elbow down. I bring my left elbow underneath his chin. So it's quite an uncomfortable position. The more that they drive into me, the better this works. And we're going to deal with what happens if they back out. Okay? So I'm here, and what happens is the bait is I'm kind of driving here, and I'm like, man, and he's got this really good control. I'm like, okay, so I don't go as slow as what I'm doing now, but my hand has to go away because I'm pushing. I'm not pulling. I'm pushing, so the hand has to be away like I'm pushing. This also means that it enables the blade of my forearm to go in. If I just flare this, it's going to use this right hand to push my elbow. I'm going to get in this position where I'm broken the game over. But so what I'm doing is from here is I make it in my benefit by putting the shoulder down. Mm-hmm. And if I want to, I can kind of tank the shoulder a little bit now, which we can have a look at later, especially if they've got sore shoulders. The part that I see people have issues with now is they go plant their feet and they're driving and just sit straight over onto mountain. It's like, and I'm in this position again where I'm like, man, that sucks. So the concept we're going to combine everything together is right hand, left hand, turn my knee. So it's harder for him to upgrade. I bring my right elbow down, that turns his shoulder. So all my weight is onto this arm. It's really hard for him to retract the arm. Flare and drive. Come over. Once I'm in this position, I keep the shoulder pin and I just drive in. Yeah, sorry. I should have actually told you what I was going to do. He has to react to what I do. The most common thing is he's going to push the arm across the bottom. Okay, now we're into attack system. So it puts me in this really good system where I'm constantly attacking him and he's having to defend what I do. And that's a really good situation for me where I'm not having to worry about what he's doing. We've gone from a relatively bad position into a really good attack system. Who would like to say one more time? So the key factor is I try to push, but he's really good. So he drives back in me. This is the key indicator. He's got my hips. So I turn to make sure that it's harder. And this is just as simply, I drive left, create space, pull in. I'm pushing away so my palms up nice and deep. And what I'm doing is I isolate his shoulder and elbow by driving in. Now, most people are going to feel that it's kind of a little bit of painful anyway. But what I'm doing now is, as I'm pulling in, I'm driving and I flare. I come up. Once I'm here, is I keep the crunch on the shoulder and I simply drive my forearm as hard as I can. Don't do it at training and drilling, and I start driving. So he kind of goes, I'll push it, and I'm like, cool, no jump. I keep the arm fully isolated so I can start my attack system. If cutting arm bars are your thing, learn it. But my back come up so much, man. Okay, 1, 2, 3.